Dollar.
And Lillard feeding OKC a 50 burger.
Oh.
My goodness.
And needed it all.
Man, alive. That's all you can say, D-Wade. Man, alive.
Man.
Oh, playoff basketball and the intensity there and the dramatics and having the ball in your hands with the game on the line. And Pat Riley once told me in basketball, he says there's winning and there's misery. He says you never feel so alive in that moment. Ball goes through the net, clock goes to zeros, and the Blazers win it. Just amazing stuff.
Well, listen,
Amazing.
Listen, first of all, I'm going to take my hat off to Russell Westbrook and Paul George. These boys competed, and they needed all 50.
He got him.
He got them.
Yes, he did. You saw a
He
couple of
came out
there.
trying to put this thing on ice.
More or less the same.
He had less.
I know
He had 19 in the first quarter,
Pop.
and he had 34 in the first half.
He had a complete game too. Inside, outside, penetrating, all range.
And with McCollum saddled with foul trouble early, his running mate, Lillard,
Man,
just took
those are
control.
tough shots right there.
I don't hear no pull, Chuck.
No. That's only reserved for Clay.
Okay, my bad.
Look,
I'm going to call him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
I'm gonna tell you this. You're gonna start putting him in that category of three-point shooters.
That one won't go, but
tell you
there's
something.
Big Ennis Cantor, 60 to 57. It was 61 to 60 at the half. Portland.
Look at this, man.
No way.
It's the same shot.
Yeah.
Same shot.
Well, but you
Moda.
but you got to take your hat off to OKC, man. They really competed.
They got to be a little smarter than us.
Yeah, I would
No,
agree.
they got to be a lot smarter, not a little smarter.
Yeah, I would
a
agree.
lot smarter. Between turnovers and silly fouls, that's what cost them.
Blazers on the run here, and Al Farouk Aminu with the finish, 79-75.
Oh, you know what? And let me tell you something. You thought at this point this game was over when they went up 8-9 points.
Yeah, 14 to 2
That
run.
was their biggest lead.
Yeah.
But Russ was doing his thing. Oh, get off me, little fella.
Yeah. 15 to 2 Thunder run. What an answer.
Okay, Russie.
Westbrook again. Dennis Schroeder hit a couple of big buckets too.
This one, everybody thought, like, man, maybe it might be over.
Well,
You know,
I think one more because Russ just passed right here. Like
maybe it's
12.
over.
Yeah, Jeremy
I mean,
Grant will
13.
finish here. This was a 30 to 6 Thunder run. Here's Schroeder again stepping back.
You got
105 to 90
got
with
15.
7:40 to go.
You got to win that. Got to win that. You got to win that game.
And you got to get the ball out of his hand. Some type of way, the ball cannot be in his hands.
Westbrook with the answer right away, and then Paul George, who had 36.
What a move. You're up 8 with 4 minutes to go. Come on, man.
CJ
This is a
McCollum.
big floater here, too.
Off the glass.
And then
And
this
then,
was another one.
yeah, 21 to 6 Portland run. What's the answer for OKC in a tie game? It's Paul George.
Yep.
And now you got to play some defense.
Nah, this guy.
You can't give up a layup.
No, it really ain't
No,
one.
you can't give up a
Right,
layup.
Chuck. We're giving some layup.
No shot blockers. Lou, who's a shot blocker? This is game time. Game time.
37
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
This ain't game time. This game from game time. But there is no
From
shot
the
blocker.
Moda Center.
That's just a hell of a shot right there. You just shake a guy's hand if you make that shot.
Shake his hand.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Man, I don't care how many times you watch it, you still can't believe it. 118 to 150.
Fitty piece.
Diddy.
Portland Trailblazers over the Oklahoma City Thunder.
10 for 18.
They close it out. 10th career playoff triple-double for Westbrook and 36 for George in a losing effort. For 34 in the first half for Lillard, 16 in the second half.
Well, I know a lot of people are going to blame Russell, but man,
That's right. I know.
Shaq got it right.
Still got 50.
a lot of people
I
are going to
see
blame
68.
Russ.
Shaq had said three things could possibly happen after that big first half. He could get more, he could get less, or he could get the same.
Well, I
he
just
got
want to say
less.
this. A lot of people criticize
Man.
Russell Westbrook, and I'm going to just say this. He can play on my team anytime. He's not perfect. I don't.
What would you say that today that he did incorrectly? I'm not sure if I saw anything today.
I thought that he was not aggressive in the beginning, and I thought they could have. Number one, they didn't use the shot clock down the stretch, and there was 3 fouls they committed.
This day or him?
He committed 2 of them
Okay.
because
Yeah, I mean, down the stretch, I was making notes too. 2:10 to play. George misses 2 free throws.
That was big.
Then an offensive foul after that to turn it over. And then another turnover with about a minute and 20 seconds to go.
And the mental mistakes. But you know what? They gave all they had, man, and you got to respect that.
Here's Billy Donovan after the loss.
I thought late in the game, I'm anxious to see some of them. I thought Russell's charge was a big play in the game. I thought Ferguson's over the back foul. That was another big play. We had another couple fouls. We put him to the free throw line. I don't know if those calls were accurate or not. Well, I don't have any opinion on it. They were tough calls that could have changed momentum a little bit. I know Paul had a couple free throws we could have knocked down, so we kind of struggled to continue to put some points on the board. We gave them some free throws. Harkless shot it well from the free throw line, and then obviously Lillard had a great game from start to finish. So, our guys battled and competed, and just weren't able to close the game out.
Billy, with the way you all defended with Jeremy kind of in the pick and rolls, Adams on Harkless, they didn't get rolls to the rim and catch and shoots, kind of betting that Lillard wasn't going to be able to shoot the way that he did. Was that sort of the strategy that you tried to go to, and do you feel like it had a chance to work?
I'm not sure I understood. I mean, in terms of what part?
I guess, did you feel like Lillard might run out of gas having to go one the entire game?
Obviously he played the whole first half. I probably would have done the same thing with Paul, had he not picked up fouls. I thought we gave a really, really good effort, but he was really, he made some tough shots. I mean, you got to give him credit. I mean, I think at the night he had, and the shots that he made, epitomized the last shot of the game. Those are kind of some of the shots he made throughout the first half. I thought some of them were really well defended. I thought we worked hard. We tried to trap him some. Sometimes he was able to kind of get through it and get downhill. I thought we came over and pulled across and helped. I know McCollum never really got into the flow of the game with the foul trouble, but I thought, that last 5 minutes he kind of stepped up and made some big shots for them as well. In critical times like elbow, mid-range, pull-up jumpers off the dribble, well guarded, that obviously kind of got them on their run.
For the Thunder, 12 straight losses on the road in the postseason. Last road game they won in the post was Game 1. Game 1 at Golden State in the Western Conference Finals in 2016.
That's
They
impossible.
won that game, and they've lost the next 12 on the road.
No, Shaq, I'm just saying,
in the
like,
postseason.
to
None
win
as
12
painful
straight
as this
lows.
one.
for that team,
For that team.
to lose 12 straight games,
They have too much talent.
they got too much talent.
And
Talent.
No.
And experience.
Seriously, Shaq, they got you. Come
got a
on,
lot of
12
talent.
straight games. You can't lose 12 straight games.
not with Russell Westbrook and
Paul George, Steven Adams.
the guys that have, 12 would be more than this year, but the guys that have gone through that system, that is a remarkable stat.
They are 4-13 since Durant left.
Well, a lot of but I'm saying they still got enough not to lose 12 straight games.
I'd rather have 2 talented players and 9, 10, 11 smart guys. That's all I'm saying.
How about Billy Donovan? How you feeling if you are Billy Donovan right
sick.
now? And
Sick.
obviously sick about the game. Looking at the future of the Oklahoma City Thunder with Billy Donovan.
Well, he's not going anywhere, I don't think. They need to develop an identity. I think it's time to move Russ to the 2. Because I think he's too aggressive offensively.
You play Schroeder and Westbrook together all the time?
Yes. Because I think he's so good and aggressive. He's one of those guys who can get his shot all the time. It goes back to what we were saying the other day. When you have an advantage, sometimes you got to take a step back. When I played with certain guys, I could get a shot every time. But I said to myself, like Shaq could get a shot every time. But sometimes he had to get a shot for Derek Fisher, Devin George, Rick Fox, guys who can't get their own shot. So I think that Russell has to take a step back. And I said this today on PTI. He's always driving at 100 miles an hour. He should drive at 55, sometimes raise to 70. You don't drive your car at 100 all the time. And that's the only weakness I see. He's always going 100% speed all the time.
I would say that, I understand your point, but I don't know if that is the solution. Meaning, when the game is on the line, I would rather have Russell Westbrook with the basketball up top than Schroeder. It's just, I would rather have that because I know that, one, they're not going to trap him. Two, he's physical enough to take the contact. Three, he will get us something. But you just have to have a strong enough personality to make him do something other than sometimes he might not see.
And then,
you have to be his second pair of eyes for him. Maybe the same way that Phil was for Kobe, to be his second pair of eyes, and he has to trust that.
Coaches get the blame for a lot, but it's never on the coaches, it's always on the players. Sometimes you have to learn not to be predictable. Everybody know Russ and Paul's going to get the ball at the end, but that's when you use your other guys.
Yeah.
Like Paul, you got 3 guys waiting for you. Kick it to Schroeder. He just hit 2 threes. Russ, control the clock.
I thought they did that tonight, though, Shaq.
But
I mean, Dame didn't do it, and he won the game. He won the game, and he's like, no, you know what? And then all of a sudden, CJ hit 2 shots. He hit the 2 big ones, and that was it.
Yeah,
those were the 2 guys with it.
CJ hit a shot.
But so did George.
They don't sprinkle it out. They give the ball to Russ and Westbrook, and everybody stands around.
And when you're up 15 with 7 change to go, you got to win that game. You got to win that game.
Swallow.
And so they advanced to meet the winner of San Antonio and Denver, and that series was 2-2 going into Game 5 tonight in Denver at the Pepsi Center. Oh, look who was there.
Birdman.
Been a few seasons since we heard that.
That's who important going to be there. The Joker.
I didn't even see him.
That Joker, he's the reason you got to be there.
Ooh. Oh, got him.
Ooh.
That's a sweet little move by Derek White, but he didn't.
Parker?
He didn't do much on this night.
Well, Derek White hasn't played since that one great game.
Oh, okay.
36-point game, yeah.
I told you, boy, I thought the Nuggets would blow them out tonight. I think they're going to win this series.
Guaranteed.
Got that, yep. Man, what a passing.
Oh, came down.
All Millsap. How
Is that
about
right
that?
there, Kenny Chuck? Unpredictable, right here.
Leave it right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Unpredictable.
How many times have you ever seen the Oklahoma City pass the ball like that, get layups every time? It's one-on-one athleticism.
At some point, I got to make a change. Look, right here. You're out.
Ooh, give me
Look
that.
out, Jamal Murray. And then,
Well, he's got the mismatch that he wants, so he's going to take him. That's a mismatch you want.
You know, and let's be
Maybe I'll do that
realistic.
20 times in a row.
Let's be realistic. There's no difference between Oklahoma City and the Spurs either. Though Oklahoma City.
look at
Spurs
that
are
scoreboard.
basically the same.
77-49. The Denver advantage.
That Von Miller.
It is Von Miller.
Man, I would run over him if I had.
And this is Nikola Jokic for 3. 16, 11, and 8 for the Joker. And no joke, 108-90.
Oklahoma City saved us tonight. That was only one good game tonight.
Yeah, Denver all over San Antonio to take a 3-2 lead in that series as they go to San Antonio on Thursday, a game you will see here on TNT. Let's hear from Mike Malone.
Coach, outside of this market, it seems like there's still a lot of casual fans who maybe don't understand and appreciate Nikola Jokic, and I'm just wondering if you think they're missing anything.
I don't know how you miss him. You miss the big white guy in the room. He is a great player. I mean, and you hear everybody talk about all these other players, rightfully so. The league is filled with great players, but what Nikola Jokic is doing in his playoff debut has not happened very often in the history of this game.
He can do a little bit of everything, and he does all of those things well. He's a total consummate team player who has great skills, but he's also competitive.
I hope in this playoff crowd, this national TV audience, that people are tuning in and watching us and saying, man, this kid Nikola Jokic is for real. We know it, and I think it's about time everybody else started to realize it.
And so they head to San Antonio, and under Greg Popovich, down 3-2, 1-5 is the Spurs record. Taking out New Orleans in 2008. They will fight for their playoff lives on Thursday night.
Are we going to talk about the Joker?
Go ahead, talk about.
Because I think Coach is right.
Big white guy in the room.
Because I think Coach is right. When we talk about great players in the NBA, he doesn't dunk like Giannis. He's not as amazing physically as LeBron. He's not Kawhi or James Harden, but he's a great player. He would be fun to play with. A big guy who can shoot threes, who can score in the post, who's a rebounder, and he is by far and away the best passing big man in the NBA today. So we don't show the Nuggets because we're obligated to show the Lakers 175 times a year.
We've had the Nuggets on the
Yeah, like two
Wait.
times.
You know, there was 174.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm glad people are getting the opportunity to see this kid play. He's fabulous.
Yeah, he's really good, very skilled. You're right. He doesn't have a lot of physical prowess, but he's pretty good to watch. I would say he's probably the third, fourth best center in the game. But I agree with Coach Malone. He is a pretty good player.
Well, with it, you said pretty good.
See that? He can't
grudging praise for Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, but I also think that if you have Gary Harris, you have Millsap, you have a lot of plethora of talent. You have Beasley coming off the bench. They have a plethora of talent.
And the Torrey Craig move, putting him in the starting lineup, defensively, he's...
Well, they have interchangeable parts, Will Barton, interchangeable parts. And the one thing I like about them is that the way they play, they have to play hard to play well. They're not all skill guys. Will Barton, Harris, those guys are grind out guys as well. So they have to play hard to play well.
108-90, Denver's win over San Antonio. Meantime, the game you just watched, that unbelievable heart stopper as Portland knocked off OKC. Here's Terry Stotts, the Blazers head coach.
Damian's performance was probably the best performance I've seen in person. Off the top of my head, I can't think of, I've seen 50-point games, obviously, but the way he carried the team in the first half was CJ in foul trouble. The magnitude of the last shot, obviously, to win a series. The fact he's now won 2 series on a single shot, or on 2 shots, I should say. But no, it was quite a performance.
And that may be an understatement. Quite a performance is right. 50 points for Damian Lillard, and the Portland Trail Blazers advance to the Western Conference semifinals. When we come back,
we got a couple barners.
Yeah, the Sixers with a chance to close out the Nets, and they wasted no time doing that. Highlights are coming up.